Welcome to Italy. Welcome to our adventure across Italy, a land overflowing with history, culture, and amazing sights. Today, we're exploring some of the best spots you absolutely have to see. We'll walk through ancient ruins, soak up the sun on beautiful beaches, and enjoy some of the world's most delicious food. I know lots of people come to Italy for the famous places, Rome, Florence, Venice, and we'll definitely go there. But we're also going to explore some hidden treasures and really experience the Italian way of life. So grab your travel notebook, pack your adventurous spirit, and get ready to say hello to the sweet life. Okay, let's start in Rome, the eternal city. We'll travel back in time to ancient Rome at the incredible Colosseum. Imagine this. It's the year 80 AD and the Colosseum, this giant arena, is filled with 50,000 people. They're here to watch gladiator fights, fake sea battles, and even executions. The cheering crowds, the clashing swords, the excitement. You can almost feel the energy of this place even now. As you walk through the ruins, imagine the gladiators entering the arena, the roaring crowd, the emperors watching from their special seats. It's a really amazing experience to stand in such an important historical place. And don't forget to visit the Roman Forum nearby. This was the busy center of ancient Rome, where politicians argued, businesses boomed, and emperors showed off. Today, it's a big park with ruins, but if you use your imagination, you can almost hear the voices of the Roman Empire. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is the Colosseum always super crowded? Yes, it can be. Here's a travel tip. Try to go early in the morning or later in the afternoon to avoid the biggest crowds. Trust me, it's worth it. And hey, while you're there, grab some gelato and enjoy the moment. You're in Rome. Get ready to be amazed by the Italian Riviera, especially 5 beautiful villages called Cinque Terre. Built on cliffs overlooking the Ligurian Sea, these colourful towns look like they're from a fairy tale. We're talking brightly coloured houses stacked on top of each other, vineyards growing on steep hills, and fishing boats in the harbour. Cinque Terre means 5 lands, and each village, Monterosso, Almare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola and Rio Maggiore, is special in its own way. You can hike between the villages on pretty trails, take a train along the coast, or ride a ferry for a different view. One of my favourite things to do is grab some focaccia bread, a local treat. Find a sunny spot with a nice view and just relax. And speaking of food, try the pesto. It comes from this area and it's super delicious. Here's a travel tip. Cinque Terre can get pretty crowded, especially during the busy travel times. Think about visiting in the spring or fall for a more peaceful trip. And if you can, stay a night or two in one of the villages to really experience it. Just be ready to climb a lot of stairs. These villages are built on cliffs, but trust me, the views are worth it. Next, we're going to a city everyone knows, Florence, the birthplace of the Renaissance. Florence, even the name sounds beautiful. This city is amazing. From the magnificent Duomo that you can see from everywhere to the elegant Ponte Vecchio bridge with its shops to the countless works of art and beautiful buildings. You'll want to take your time exploring Florence, enjoying every moment. Of course, you can't go to Florence without seeing Michelangelo's David at the Galleria dell'Accademia. This famous statue is truly amazing to see in person. And while you're visiting museums, go to the Uffizi Gallery to see masterpieces by Botticelli, Leonardo da Vinci and Raphael, to name a few. But Florence isn't just about museums. Walk across the Ponte Vecchio, the only bridge in Florence that wasn't destroyed during World War II and now has jewellery shops on it. Then explore the Boboli Gardens, a beautiful Italian garden, and enjoy the peacefulness of this green space in the middle of the city. And when you need a treat, then get some gelato. A little travel tip. Florence can be a little overwhelming, especially when it's busy. Think about staying outside the city centre for a quieter experience. And if you're trying to save money, remember that many museums are free on the first Sunday of the month. Next, we're going to the heart of Tuscany, known for its rolling hills, vineyards, and charming countryside. Get ready to enjoy a slower pace of life. Ah, Tuscany! Imagine this! Rolling hills covered in vineyards and olive trees, cute towns with cobblestone streets and tall, thin cypress trees along the winding roads. This is a place you want to explore slowly, so rent a car, play some Italian music, and enjoy the Tuscan sunshine. Visit San Gimignano, a UNESCO World Heritage Site famous for its medieval towers. It used to be a busy trading center and now it's a popular place for tourists, but you can still find quiet spots. Another place you have to see is Siena, a city full of history and tradition. Visit the Piazza del Campo, Siena's main square where the famous paleo horse race happens twice a year. And of course, you have to try the delicious food in Tuscany. Try the local wines. Chianti Brunello di Montalcino and Vino Nobile di Montepulciano are just a few of the famous ones. Enjoy a Tuscan meal of ribollita, vegetable soup, papa al pomodoro, tomato and bread soup, or bistecca alla Fiorentina, Florentine steak. And for dessert, try some cantucci, almond cookies, dipped in vin santo, sweet wine. Here's a travel tip. If you're going to Tuscany during the busy season, book your hotels early. And if you want a real Tuscan experience, stay at an agriturismo, a farm that offers rooms and often meals made with food grown right there. Next, we're going to a city like no other, Venice, the floating city. Get ready to fall in love with Venice, a city that seems to float on water. Built on a lagoon in the Adriatic Sea, Venice is a maze of canals, bridges and islands, a place where getting lost is part of the fun. Forget about cars in Venice, you walk or take a boat. Take a gondola ride along the Grand Canal, the city's main waterway, and look at the beautiful palaces and churches. Visit St. Mark's Square, the heart of Venice, and see the amazing mosaics of St. Mark's Basilica. And don't miss the Doge's Palace, a masterpiece of Venetian architecture. One of my favorite things to do in Venice is just wander around, getting lost in the small streets and finding hidden squares, charming bridges and pretty canals. Visit the Rialto Market, a busy place where you can find everything from fresh seafood to colorful fruits and vegetables. And you have to try some cicchetti, small snacks served in bars, often with a glass of wine. Here's a travel tip. Venice can be crowded, so think about visiting in the spring or fall or even in the winter when there are fewer people and the city feels magical. And if you want a special souvenir, look for the colorful Murano glass made on the nearby island of Murano. That's the end of our quick tour of Italy. That's all for our tour of Italy's amazing places. I hope you enjoyed this trip and want to explore these incredible destinations. From the ancient ruins of Rome to the romantic canals of Venice, Italy has something for everyone. Remember, this is just a small part of what this amazing country has to offer. There are many other hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. So, what are you waiting for?